Good afternoon, dear colleagues. My name is Daria Ryagushevskaya. Today, my colleague Yulia Yufereva and I will discuss the possibility of using new forms of smoking for a smoking cessation purpose. Cigarette smoking is the most preventable cause of mortality worldwide, and smoking cessation the most cost-effective approach to the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Nowadays, the possibility of using two new but fundamentally different forms of smoking, electronic cigarettes and heated tobacco products, to help people quit smoking is being discussed. First of all, it is important to distinguish between these two different forms of smoking. Electronic cigarettes are better operated handheld devices that heat a liquid that usually contain nicotine and flavonoids. Electronic cigarettes produce an aerosol that user inhales or vapes. Heat-not-burn tobacco products use an electric blade to heat a tobacco stick to a temperature below that at which tobacco burns. They differ from e-cigarettes because they heat tobacco leaf rather than a liquid. Electronic cigarettes was first launched in China in 2003 and in Europe and the USA in 2006. Heat-not-burn tobacco products are somewhat younger. They first appeared on the market in 2014 in Japan and Italy, and the FDA only approved the first of these to start selling in the US in 2019.
In this regard, the number of publications about new form of tobacco consumption significantly differs. On the topic of electronic cigarettes, the well-known PubMed database provides links to 1,500 publications for the last year and to 8,000 articles for 5 years. There are far fewer publications regarding heat-not-burn products, about 30 for the last year and nearly 150 for the last 5 years.
The majority of professional societies are strongly opposed to the use of these forms of smoking for smoking cessation purpose. For example, the World Health Organization position is given here.
On the other hand, the potential for use of non-combustible tobacco product in smokers who are not ready to quit and are not interested in using stop smoking medications was mentioned in the 2018 ACC Expert Consensus Decision Pathway on Tobacco Cessation Treatment. The 2023 AHA-ACC Guideline for the Management of Patients with Chronic Coronary Disease for the first time classifies the short-term use of nicotine-containing electronic cigarettes as a smoking cessation option with Class 2B recommendation.
In line with the AHA guidelines, late-breaking EAC guidelines on chronic coronary syndrome states that electronic cigarettes may be considered as an aid to tobacco cessation.
These recommendations are based on the results of continuing updated Cochrane reviews electronic cigarettes for smoking cessation. The 2024 Cochrane review found that people are more likely to stop smoking for at least 6 months using nicotine e-cigarettes than using nicotine replacement therapy. 7 studies, more than 2,500 participants. Nicotine electronic cigarettes work better than nicotine replacement therapy with high certainty evidence, as you can see at the slide.
The Cochrane review was also performed for tobacco heating systems. As for this form of smoking, there were no studies regarding smoking cessation, so the effectiveness of heated tobacco products for this purpose remains uncertain.
Finally, we should mention a large study involving more than 5 million participants, which was performed in South Korea. The study compared the risk of cardiovascular disease with traditional smoking and with a switch to alternative products, electronic cigarettes or heat-not-burn products. Compared with continual smokers, recent and long-term combustible cigarette quitters who switched to non-combustible nicotine or tobacco product had 33% lower risk of cardiovascular disease.
We should emphasize no form of smoking can be considered safe. First of all, modern forms of smoking are unsafe for teenagers, young people, pregnant women, and adults who do not smoke. However, in real life, there will always be some patients who cannot quit completely and or do not want to use nicotine replacement therapy. For these people, a strong recommendation to stop smoking completely will not work. Perhaps we should be more flexible for these patients. For heavy smoking, switching to less harmful forms of smoking may be the only way to at least slightly reduce the health risks. Patients who use electronic cigarettes to support smoking cessation should be warned about the risks of developing long-term dependence and encouraged to quit to use electronic cigarettes promptly to avoid potential long-term risks. Thank you for your attention.
Be healthy and have a good day. Goodbye.